All right, everyone. So a WWE NXT show is being moved due to poor ticket sales. So we're reading from Inside the Ropes. WWE has decided to change the venue for an upcoming episode of NXT due to lower than expected ticket sales. The event, scheduled for October 8th, 2024, was initially set to take place in the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri, but has been relocated to a smaller venue in nearby Chesterfield. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the decision was made after disappointing ticket sales for the 14,000 capacity Enterprise Center, Meltzer reported. So this is from Meltzer. They had 2,196 tickets out in a building which would hold 14,000. The advance was similar to what most of the recent AEW shows were doing. The new venue, the factory, this is back to Inside the Ropes. The new venue, the factory at the district, has a maximum capacity of 2,300 for the taping, but is currently set up for 1,715 attendees. As of the latest update, 1,129 tickets have been sold for the relocated event. WWE's decision to move the event showcases a different approach compared to their competitors, Meltzer noted. It shows a very different philosophy, as WWE didn't want to run in a building that would be heavily tarped off, while AEW has never moved one of its weak selling events in major NBA arenas to a smaller arena. The venue change also highlights the challenges NXT faces in running shows outside of Florida, Meltzer observed. But it does, this is from Meltzer, but it does basically show the limitations NXT would have running outside of Florida for all but the PLE events. So this isn't a huge deal. This is NXT. Basically, if I'm reading this right, and put in the comments if I'm reading this wrong, basically this seems to be that they're doing similar to what NXT or AEW shows are. This is NXT doing similar to AEW. So I thought that was an interesting, thing. But I think one of the reasons we wanted to do this video was because it's important to understand where WWE is now. I think people don't understand the difference in the business from when Vince had it way back in the day to when it kind of got big with Vince still in charge to where they are now. Like, I think people want to try to compare eras or compare the schedules or how WWE handles certain things. And it's like, you have to understand that the way the company is now, this is not just a major company in the sense that it has a guy who's worth a couple billion running it, right? It's not just that it's this huge company. It's also a company now that has merged with an even bigger company, or I guess, they merged two big companies to make this giant company. And it basically now has like almost unlimited resources to do things. And so stuff like this is stuff I feel like is going to be like commonplace. This idea that you would, kind of put tarps in certain areas to make it look like there's not all these empty seats and all that kind of stuff. I just don't see that ever happening again with WWE because they're just like, look, we'll just move it to a smaller arena. We're just going to do things that line everything up. We're not going to be doing all these little things to try to, kind of in our one way, like protect the image or protect the brand because they're like, look, we're big. Okay, well, there's nothing anybody's going to do right now to compete with us. We're a rocket ship going to the moon. So I just thought that was an interesting little point here that AEW and WWE, they handle the same exact thing that they would be facing differently. And I think that is a super interesting thing. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.